Buddy Matthews surgery news shocks AEW fans or Rhea Ripley. Buddy Matthews is currently preparing to undergo surgery to address a persistent ankle injury that has kept him sidelined since February. What initially seemed like a minor setback has unfortunately turned into a prolonged ordeal, as the injury has not healed as quickly as Matthews had hoped. When the injury first occurred, Matthews was optimistic about his recovery timeline. He had set his sights on a return by April, believing that with rest and proper care, the ankle would heal adequately to allow him back in the ring. However, as time went on, it became clear that the injury was more severe than originally thought. By June, Matthews publicly shared that he was still experiencing significant issues with the ankle, notably a lack of mobility and difficulty in moving properly. This ongoing problem meant that his return to action was delayed indefinitely, frustrating both Matthews and his fans. Today, Matthews announced through his Instagram stories that he would finally be having surgery to repair the ankle. He posted a photo alongside his wife, Rhea Ripley, showing their support for each other as he prepared for the operation. In his post, he simply stated that he was heading into surgery to repair my ankle, signaling a hopeful step forward in his recovery process. The injury occurred during the AEW Grand Slam Australia event in February. Matthews was making his entrance for a match against Kazuchika Okada when the ankle injury happened. Despite the pain, he demonstrated great resilience by continuing with the match. Thankfully, it wasn't a broken ankle, but Matthews sustained ligament and cartilage damage, which can often be tricky injuries to fully recover from without surgical intervention. This injury couldn't have come at a worse time for Matthews, both personally and professionally, along with Brody King and Julia Hart. Matthews had been building momentum as a trio in AEW. They were attempting to establish themselves as a strong unit after Malachi Black's departure from the promotion. The group, formerly known as the House of Black, was rebranded as the Hounds of Hell without Black's presence. Their push was gaining traction, but Matthews' injury put a halt to their progress. The loss of Black combined with Matthews' sidelining disrupted their plans and momentum in AEW. Buddy Matthews' situation highlights the unpredictable nature of professional wrestling injuries. Wrestlers often push through pain and injuries in the heat of the moment, but sometimes those injuries require more serious attention. Matthews' decision to finally undergo surgery is a reflection of the severity of the damage and the necessity to fully repair the ankle to prevent further issues down the line. The ankle injury has obviously been a challenging obstacle for Matthews to overcome. Ankle injuries, particularly those involving ligaments and cartilage, can be complex due to the joint's role in mobility and weight bearing. Without proper healing, athletes risk chronic pain, instability, and a compromised ability to perform at their best. Matthews' limited mobility in June was an indicator that conservative treatment wasn't enough, making surgery the most viable option for a full recovery. Surgery, while often a daunting prospect for athletes, can provide a path back to health by addressing the root cause of the problem directly. In Matthews' case, repairing the ligament and cartilage damage surgically should help restore function, reduce pain, and hopefully enable him to return to the ring stronger than before. Matthews has been open with fans about his struggles with the injury, keeping them updated on his condition and progress. His transparency has earned him sympathy and support from the AEW community and wrestling fans worldwide. It's clear Matthews is determined to come back from this setback, and undergoing surgery is a key step in that journey. The timing of Matthews' injury was especially unfortunate, considering the circumstances surrounding the House of Black faction's evolution. Malachi Black's exit from AEW meant that the stable needed to reinvent itself, and Matthews, King, and Hart were stepping up to fill that void. The rebranding to Hounds of Hell was designed to mark a new chapter for the group and position them as a dominant force in AEW. However, Matthews' injury stalled those plans, limiting the group's appearances and impact. For fans, the absence of Matthews has been noticeable. His in-ring style, characterized by agility and hard-hitting moves, has been a big part of the group's appeal. His return is eagerly anticipated, not only for the continuation of the Hounds of Hell storyline, but also for Matthews' own career trajectory. As one of AEW's rising stars, Matthews' comeback will be closely watched. Injuries like Matthews underscore the physical toll wrestling takes on its performers. Even with top-level training and medical care, Wrestlers face risks every time they step into the ring. Matthews' perseverance through his injury, initially pushing to compete despite damage, is a testament to the dedication and toughness of professional wrestlers. Looking ahead, the focus now is on a successful surgery and rehabilitation. Post-surgery recovery will likely involve a period of immobilization, followed by physical therapy to restore strength and flexibility. Matthews will need to be patient and diligent in his rehab to ensure the injury heals completely and to reduce the risk of future problems. It's worth noting that returning professional wrestling after surgery on a joint as critical as the ankle can be challenging. Wrestlers must regain full range of motion and confidence in their movements to avoid range injury. Given Matthews' age and athleticism, he has a good chance of making a full recovery, but it will require time and careful management. Meanwhile, the Hounds of Hell faction will continue to navigate the impact of Matthews' absence. Brody King and Julia Hart may need to carry more of the load in the ring, while AEW management may look to build other storylines around the group. Fans will be watching to see how the trio evolves as Matthews recovers. On a personal note, Matthews' support system has been an important part of his recovery journey. His wife, Rhea Ripley, is also an AEW superstar and has shared her support publicly. Their relationship provides Matthews with encouragement and motivation during this difficult period. The photo Matthews shared before surgery, showing the couple together, reflects that strong support network. The next few months will be crucial for Matthews as he undergoes surgery and begins the rehabilitation process. Fans and commentators alike will be hoping for positive news about his recovery and eventual return to the ring. Given his resilience so far, there's reason to be optimistic. In conclusion, Buddy Matthews' decision to finally have surgery to repair his ankle injury is an important and necessary step in overcoming a difficult challenge that has kept him out of action since February. Although initially optimistic about a quick recovery, Matthews realized that the injury was more serious than anticipated, requiring surgical intervention to restore function and mobility. The injury, which occurred during the AEW Grand Slam Australia event, involved ligament and cartilage damage rather than a break, but has nonetheless caused significant mobility issues and sidelined Matthews during a pivotal moment for the Hounds of Hell faction. In conclusion, Buddy Matthews' decision to finally have surgery to repair his ankle injury is an important and necessary step in overcoming a difficult challenge that has kept him out of action since February. Although initially optimistic about a quick recovery, Matthews realized that the injury was more serious than anticipated, requiring surgical intervention to restore function and mobility. The injury, which occurred during the AEW Grand Slam Australia event, involved ligament and cartilage damage rather than a break, but has nonetheless caused significant mobility issues and sidelined Matthews during a pivotal moment for the Hounds of Hell faction.